The Adventure of Mia and the City Transport. Part 1. A new day in New York. Mia was a young girl from a small town. She came to New York City for the first time. She felt excited and a little scared. The city was big, loud, and full of people. Mia wanted to see everything. She had a map in her hand and a backpack on her shoulders. Her first goal was to visit Central Park, but she needed to find the right transport. She stood on the sidewalk and watched yellow taxis pass by. Should I take a taxi? She thought. Then she saw a big green bus stop nearby. Or maybe the bus. Mia remembered her friend's advice. Try the subway. It's fast and cheap, her friend said. So Mia walked down the stairs to the subway station. It was her first time in a subway. The station was full of people. Some stood in line. Others walked quickly. There were many signs, and Mia tried to read them. She found the ticket machine. A friendly man saw her looking confused. He said, "Do you need help?" "Yes." "Please," Mia said. "I want to go to Central Park." The man smiled. "You need the C train. Buy a Metro card. Then follow the blue signs." Mia thanked him and bought her card. She walked to the platform and waited. Soon a train came. Its doors opened, and many people got out. She stepped inside. The subway moved fast. Mia held the metal pole and looked out the window. But the window showed only black tunnels. A boy sitting near her said, "It's your first time?" "Yes," Mia said with a smile. "Be careful," the boy said. "Sometimes people get off at the wrong stop. Watch the signs." Mia nodded. She checked the map on the wall. She felt proud. She was learning how to travel like a real New Yorker. After a few stops, the voice said, 59th Street, Columbus Circle. Mia got off. She walked upstairs, and there it was, Central Park. But her adventure was only beginning. She wanted to try all the transport in New York City. Buses, ferries, bikes, even a helicopter, if she could. Part 2. The bus ride to Brooklyn. Mia walked in Central Park for a long time. She saw trees, lakes, and people riding bicycles. But now it was time for her next adventure. She wanted to visit Brooklyn. How do I get there? She asked herself. She saw a blue and white bus stop sign. A bus was coming soon. She ran to the stop. The bus doors opened, and Mia stepped inside. The driver said, "Metro card?" "Yes," Mia said, and tapped her card on the machine. A green light appeared. She smiled and walked to an empty seat by the window. The bus was big and clean. People were reading books, talking on phones, and looking out the windows. Mia watched the streets as they passed by. She saw shops, cafes, and tall buildings. An old woman sat next to her. She had a kind face and gray hair. "Are you visiting New York?" The woman asked. "Yes, I'm from a small town," Mia said. "This city is amazing. I took the subway earlier. Now I'm trying the bus." The woman laughed softly. "Good. Buses are slower, but you can see more of the city." The bus crossed a big bridge. Mia looked out and saw water below. "What is this bridge?" she asked. "This is the Manhattan Bridge," the woman said. "Do you see the other one? That's the Brooklyn Bridge. It's very famous." Mia took a photo with her phone. The view was beautiful. The sun was starting to set, and the sky turned orange and pink. After crossing the bridge, the bus entered Brooklyn. The streets were different here. There were smaller houses and trees along the road. Mia felt happy. The old woman stood up. "This is my stop," she said. "Enjoy Brooklyn. Dear Dot, thank you." Mia said Mia stayed on the bus until it reached Prospect Park. She got off and looked around. Brooklyn was quieter than Manhattan. She liked the calm feeling. "I want to take a ferry next," Mia thought. "Tomorrow. I will see New York from the water." She smiled and walked to a small cafe. It was time to rest and plan her next transport adventure. Part 3 sailing on the Staten Island ferry the next morning, Mia woke up early. She was ready for her ferry adventure. She had read about the Staten Island ferry. It was free, and people said it gave a great view of the Statue of Liberty. Mia took the subway again to South Ferry Station. She walked to the ferry terminal. It was big and busy. Many people waited for the ferry, tourists, workers, and families. When the doors opened, everyone walked quickly inside. Mia found a place near the window. The ferry was huge. It had many seats and even a small snack shop. The engine started. Slowly, the ferry moved away from the dock. Mia felt the cool wind on her face. She watched the tall buildings of Manhattan get smaller as the ferry sailed across the water. Soon, she saw something amazing, the Statue of Liberty. Mia said out loud. She ran to the outside deck to get a better look. The statue stood tall on Liberty Island. Its green color was bright in the sunlight. Mia took many photos. She couldn't believe she was seeing it in real life. A little boy next to her pointed and said, "It looks so big." "Yes, it does," Mia said with a smile. The ferry continued to Staten Island. After about 25 minutes, it arrived. Mia got off and walked around the Staten Island terminal. But she didn't stay long. She wanted to go back and see Manhattan again from the water. On the return trip, she stood outside the whole time. The sun was high now and the water sparkled. The city skyline came closer and closer. When the ferry docked, Mia felt proud. She had tried 3 kinds of transport already: subway, bus, and ferry. What's next? She thought. Then she saw people riding blue bicycles near the terminal. Bikes. "That's perfect," Mia said. She walked over to the bike station and started her next adventure. Part 4, riding a bike through the city. Mia stood in front of a row of blue bikes. A sign said, "City Bike Rent Here." She read the instructions carefully. Scan the code. Unlock the bike. "Ride anywhere," Mia read aloud. She used her phone to unlock a bike. With a beep, the lock opened. Mia pulled out the bike and climbed on. It felt a little scary at first. Cars, buses, and taxis moved all around her. But there was a special bike lane painted on the road. She stayed in the lane and started pedaling. The wind blew in her hair as she rode past tall buildings and shops. She rang the bell on her handlebar. Ding, ding. It made her laugh. She crossed into Battery Park and stopped for a moment. The park was full of flowers and people walking dogs. Mia parked the bike and sat on a bench. This city is so alive, she thought. Every kind of transport feels like a new adventure. After her short break, Mia decided to ride to the High Line. It was a park built on an old train track high above the streets. She followed her map and found a bike rack near the entrance. She locked the bike and walked up the stairs. From the High Line, she saw the busy streets below. Yellow taxis looked like toy cars from above. A young man was painting on a canvas. Mia stopped to watch. "Your painting is beautiful," she said. "Thanks." The man replied, "Do you like New York?" "Yes. I'm exploring all the transport. Subway, bus, ferry, and now bike." He smiled. "Then you're almost a New Yorker. Don't forget to try a yellow taxi. It's a classic." Mia laughed. "That's next on my list." The sun began to set. She took one last walk on the High Line, enjoying the view of the Hudson River. Then she headed down to the street, ready to wave for a taxi. Part 5, a classic yellow taxi ride. Mia stood at the edge of the street. She raised her hand like she had seen people do in movies. A yellow taxi slowed down and stopped in front of her. "Where to?" The driver asked. "Times Square, please," Mia said. She climbed into the back seat and fastened her seat belt. The driver nodded and started the car. The taxi moved smoothly through the streets. Mia looked out the window. Neon lights began to glow as the evening sky turned dark. She saw a group of street performers dancing on the sidewalk. She saw bright billboards advertising shows and brands. The city looked alive and full of energy. The driver spoke. "First time in New York?" "Yes," Mia said. "And trying all the transport. Subway, bus, ferry, bike, and now your taxi." The driver smiled in the rearview mirror. "Good idea. Taxis are part of the city's soul. But traffic can be tricky. As if on cue, the taxi stopped. Cars honked all around. Mia didn't mind. She was enjoying the view. "Do you see those lights?" The driver asked. "Yes. Is that Times Square?" "That's right. The heart of the city." The taxi slowly made its way to Times Square. Mia paid the fare and got out. She stood still for a moment, amazed by the giant screens, flashing lights, and the sea of people. "This place is like another world," she thought. She walked through the crowd, watching performers and taking photos. Then she found a quiet spot to sit. Mia smiled. She had used 5 kinds of transport in New York: subway, bus, ferry, bike, and taxi. Each one showed her a different side of the city, but she wasn't done yet. She saw a sign for helicopter tours. Her eyes lit up. A helicopter that would be the best adventure of all. Mia said. She took out her phone and booked a tour for the next morning. Part 6, flying over New York City the next morning. Mia woke up with butterflies in her stomach. Today was the day she would see New York City from the sky. She wore a light jacket and tied her hair back. "A helicopter ride," she whispered. "This will be amazing." She took a short subway ride to the heliport. When she arrived, she saw shiny helicopters lined up near the water. A friendly guide gave her a safety briefing and handed her a headset. "Are you ready for takeoff?" The pilot asked with a smile. "Yes," Mia said. Her heart was beating fast. The helicopter lifted gently into the air. Mia gasped as the city unfolded beneath her. The buildings looked like Lego towers. The streets were tiny lines filled with moving cars and buses. "On your left is the Statue of Liberty," the pilot said through the headset. Mia turned and saw Lady Liberty standing tall, even more beautiful from above. They flew over Central Park, From the air, it was a giant green rectangle surrounded by glass and steel. Mia spotted the paths where she had walked just days ago. "Wow," she said softly. The helicopter circled Manhattan. Mia saw the Brooklyn Bridge, the Empire State Building, and Times Square's glowing signs. The Hudson River sparkled like a silver ribbon. "Do you want a photo?" the pilot asked. "Yes, please." Mia smiled at the camera, her hair blowing gently from the air. As the helicopter began to descend, Mia felt a little sad. She didn't want the adventure to end, but she also felt proud. "I did it," she thought. "I explored New York in every wavy land, water, and now air." When the helicopter landed, Mia stepped out and took a deep breath. Was her last transport adventure in New York? But it was the one she would never forget. Part 7, saying goodbye to the city that evening. Mia sat on a bench in Bryant Park with a warm cup of tea. Around her, lights twinkled in the trees, and people talked and laughed. She opened her notebook and began to write in 1 week. "I took the subway under the city, rode buses across bridges, sailed past the Statue of Liberty, biked along busy streets, waved for a yellow taxi, and even flew high above it all in a helicopter. Each ride showed me a new piece of New York's heart." Mia closed the notebook and smiled. She had come to New York as a visitor, but now she felt like she belonged here, at least a little. Tomorrow she would take one last Riddiff Airport train, but tonight she wanted to enjoy the city's energy one more time. She walked slowly back to her hotel, watching the lights, hearing the taxis honk, and breathing in the cool evening air. As she packed her bag, Mia thought about her next adventure. Maybe London or Tokyo. She whispered, but she knew one thing for sure: she would always remember New York, and all the ways she explored it. When she turned off the light and lay down, the city outside still moved and glowed as if saying goodbye.